Hero journeys. Hero journeys are a form of myth that usually start and end at home. In a hero journey, the protagonist brings his treasure home and shares his transformation after facing death. The pleasure of a hero's journey is in watching them leave home and come back victorious. Myths are powerful for telling stories with strong themes since they form patterns of meaning. That's what a myth is. Mythology helps you to identify the mysteries of the energies pouring through you. Therein lies your eternity. These films have a guaranteed great story structure. Hero journeys, if you're not sure what you want to do, hero journeys are one of the easiest stories to execute successfully since people seem to really respond so well to this mythic structure. It goes way back into, mythology, Bible stories, any kind of mythology. You're going to find these kind of hero journeys. We're used to them. 80% of Hollywood films or more are some sort of hero journey. The hardest part in doing a hero journey is doing an original one. You don't want it to feel like another hero journey, which is where digital tools may help you by showing us things we have never seen before in a mythic structure. Special effects and supernatural type myths go very well together. The first plot point is called the ordinary world. Protagonist is shown living in their drab, ordinary world that should contrast dramatically to the new one coming up. So hero journeys are all about leaving home, going into the unknown, and coming back. So you really want to have a good contrast. Usually fish out of water type main character that does not quite fit in kind of thing. Or they're on a drab farm, they live in boring suburbs, they're in a dead city, their land's dying. There's some sort of slow planet kind of feel going on. This setup can be really quick with the problem showing up almost immediately. So it's some sort of ordinary world. The second plot point in a hero journey is called the call to adventure. This is where a problem arises, also called the inciting incident. A challenge is presented to the character in the form of a big problem to maintain the status quo, what's normal. Something happens that changes what's normal. Fears build up inside the protagonist. You must establish the stakes of succeeding or failing. This is also where you must establish a clear hero goal, where he must leave what is familiar and go into the unknown to retrieve something. He has to go join a war, save a land from something that's happening. He has to solve a crime, rescue someone, get revenge, achieve a dream, or right a wrong, win a race, prove something, figure something out, fix something. The third plot point is hero refuses call. Fear of unknown creeps up and protagonist doesn't want to go on the journey. They start thinking about it and say, no, I don't think I want to do this. So they become a reluctant hero in need of fresh personal motivation, meaning the problem needs to creep into their lives a little closer to home. Make it too scary at home now. If they are reluctant to get involved, maybe it becomes personal. Their family could get murdered. That's what happens in Star Wars. Luke's not sure he wants to go, and then his family, they burn their home and they just murder everyone, and there's no reason to stay, so he's ready to go. Maybe they have bad dreams. Maybe their house burns down. Maybe they get chosen by mistake to go. Maybe they don't want to get involved, but a loved one pleads for help. Or maybe... Fourth plot point, mentor, supernatural assistance arrives. A wise teacher or mystical force shows up. New tools and training are given. Mentor or teacher has been to the unknown side and helps hero prepare. So this is where you see wise old wizards, tough drill sergeants, scientists, shaman, holy man, coaches, gods, ghosts, spirits, mystical creatures or forces. This is also a good place to have the character theme goals stated or shown in some way. So what is the character trying to learn? This is the inner need the hero has to develop to accomplish plot goals, and could be shown as a fable, quote, story, advice, prophecy, or a metaphor from this mentor or supernatural assistance. In my Bigfoot film, the main character's grandmother is named Big Granny, and she's the mentor for learning about herbs and shamanism and the history of the tribe. She's a wise old Bigfoot who's very respected in the tribe as a medicine woman. Her special digitally enhanced powers include being able to shape-shift into animals and fly around as a semi-transparent spirit without a body to gather information. What new forms of mentors can you show us in your stories that have digitally enhanced skills or powers? So once again, Look at what you know how to do and what's available and how you can combine those to do an original mentor. The fifth plot point is hero leaves home. Hero decides to go on the journey and leaves home. The ship sails off, the romance begins, the wagon train gets rolling, the trek begins, the road trip starts. Plot goal is clearly stated. And brings us to plot point 6, crossing the first threshold. This is Act 2 begins. These events show us the nexus of the film world where different types of characters meet on the edge of the new world. Places such as bars, parties, races, dances, festivals, shows, sporting events, or gatherings. So this is where you can really develop your unique genre elements, and you show groups of characters, some who have been to the other side. Usually there's a lot of them that have been to the other side, and it's just where the edge is. If you picked a sci-fi western, it's time to visit the alien space station bar, which is like a saloon, and have a gunfight. This is a space battle. These are unique genre elements for Star Wars. 7. Test on the road. Hero meets new people and decides who is friend or foe. Information is gathered. Rules of new world are established. New challenges arise and skills are tested. Number 8. Hero prepares before the most dangerous place. Underground place where plot goal is hidden. Starts making plans, like how are we going to outwit those guards? How are we going to get through that security? Do we have any maps? You know, is there a labyrinth? Are there caves with dragons in them? Is there some sort of bank vault that needs to be dealt with? Maybe it's the land of the dead and there's evil creatures trying to kill them. Or it's some sort of crazy castle. Or there's all sorts of danger around. Plot point number 9, hero confronts greatest fear. Not sure if hero will survive. He's trapped in the clutches of the villain. Maybe it's the death of a relationship or a rites of passage. 10. Hero hits bottom, death, resurrection. Hero hits bottom battling worse fear and appears to have died. Things look very bleak for hero to ever accomplish plot goal. Does not have to be a physical death. This could be a death of a dream, a death of a relationship, a goal, a death of some kind of spiritual or emotional death, or some sort of disaster. So you want the hero, this is like they've given up, they've died, something's happened, big disappointment, they don't think anything's going to turn out. Then you show the hero miraculously figuring out how to get out of the trap, remembering some way to kill the monster, live again, work it out, resurrect their spirit, or a flash of insight they have on how to survive and continue the quest. Plot point number 11. Plot goal object retrieved. Hero accomplishes plot goal in an unexpected way. Act 3 begins with plot point 12, which usually involves a chase scene. This is an attempt to return to the ordinary world full of complications with the enemy in hot pursuit. Plot point number 13, final confrontation. A confrontation between two characters over an issue that has been building since the beginning comes to a head. This is when you see a sword battle, a meeting or a personal conflict is confronted. So two characters that have been kind of at each other the whole story come together, or two groups, it could be a group. 14. Climax, death, revelation, resurrection. Second brush with death, where hero faces death or appears dead. So you're going to have another death moment. A transformation or revelation occurs, causing a form of rebirth. So this is a bigger death moment. It's your climax. It's going to be the most intense moment of the film. We're going to think the character's dead, maybe, and then they're going to have some sort of revelation and they're going to be resurrected. So this is a really important moment to nail. This is the final exam to test the masteries of the new skills they've acquired. 15. Hero returns home. Hero returns home with treasure, information, and transformation. Shares lessons, delivers treasure to save world, gets a medal and a new uniform maybe, wins over the girl, there's some sort of welcome home ceremony. Hero shown as new person in old world. So once again you want to change their appearance. And what do they get when they come home? This is like the big celebration, because remember, heroes leave and come back.